What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to explain why I have been annoyed and why you shouldn't be annoyed in the future, because my annoyance is a learning lesson to all y'all out there getting in the music game, starting the music game, and really not knowing who to trust, what service to pay for. And I've done a lot of that, and I'm annoyed because of it, but it was because I didn't know anything when I first got into this music game. And what started this off, inspired this video of being annoyed, was a few weeks ago, I woke up and I noticed I lost about 30 followers. Fast forward to a few days ago, I lost another 40 followers. And I was like scratching my head the first time it happened. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I did some research, rummaging around, and I believe I nailed the problem, which I'll discuss later on this video. And other things annoyed me over the course of this past 28 days. I want to go over, honestly, like 3 topics: playlisters that use bots, cities to look out for, to recognize that they are using bots, maybe not intentionally, maybe intentionally. I'm going to give them benefit of doubt if that's possible. And people that target you on social media promising or selling you something, which in my case, I was sold, and I'll go over that. So I hope you find this information valuable and beneficial to you so you won't have to be annoyed like I am. So let me be annoyed for you so you don't have to be in the future. All right, if you liked any of my videos before or watched any, please hit the subscribe button so I know that you have liked it, you subscribed it, and it'll encourage me to make more content in the future. But I'll probably make more anyways. But I appreciate you. To start off this video, I'm going to jump on artists for Spotify, and we're just going to take a look at playlists first. All right, guys, I am into my Spotify for artists for Spotify. And if you don't know who I am and you're first time on this channel, I am Z-Man Zebra. My music name is Zebra. And I'm gonna go into music. I'm gonna go into songs. And I'm gonna focus on I Found Peace. I Found Peace was the last song I put on a playlist, actually. And if any of you watched my playlister.club review, I Found Peace was the last song that I submitted to curators on there. And if you heard a playlister.club or interested, I did an honest review of it, which I'll leave a link in the top corner right now. And I was on 2 playlists here. The last 2 playlists that were I'm going to just focus on the last 2 playlists. So there's House Music 2022 and Minimal Techno. I'm going to pop up 2 extra screens. And as that loads, I'm going to go into locations. So, all right, so here is house music for 2022. It has almost 30,000 likes and usually in around 62 songs on this playlist. Minimal Techno is bigger with 203, 280, 203,300 pretty much, and 115 songs. So let's go into I Found Peace over the past 28 days. And these are the cities. Here to look out for if you're on a playlist and you're unsure if it's organic streams or not, you really want to focus. Some of the cities that are very popular are all the major cities in the United States: Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Miami, Atlanta, and also Ashburn, United States. I'm going to look right now. Ashburn, United States population, 44,000. Oh, how random is that? And it's getting all my streams. It could be, but I see this city quite a bit. LA, it's debatable. I'm from LA, so it's wishful thinking. There's Chicago. Another main one is Frankfurt Maine. That is usually a bot generated city, if you guys did not know. And if you notice any other cities on here, please leave in the comments below. Phoenix sometimes is one as well. Hamburg, I see quite a bit. I'm kind of unsure. I'm not 100% sure, but I see this a lot. I use it, which I'll talk about later. There's a playlist I used, and Hamburg was popping up a lot, so I'm very unsure. And one that's been very popular, I've noticed, is Helsinki, Finland. There's about 800,000 population, but I'm gonna go over a playlist that put my song on there, and one day it jumped up like almost 1,000 streams, and 999 of them were from Helsinki, Finland. So those are just some of the cities to look out for if you notice that you're getting high stream rate in these cities. So don't be annoyed. Let me be annoyed for you. So it makes you more aware. So whether or not these playlists are legit or not, I honestly think they're just trying to build up their, listener rate. So whatever they do, they maybe use it a little bit. There's no excuse for it. Honestly, I don't want botlet streams, and I'm sure you don't either. So I popped up Indiefaction as a playlist because this was one of the playlists that added my song randomly, and I got like 1,000 streams. I'll actually even show you. I think it was my song Forever. And yeah, it was crazy. I was like, damn, this is badass. And there it is. So it was in June or July, rather. Oh, it was only 500. Oh, wait, this must be from a different playlist. 550. I'm sorry. This was actually from this Trance Vibes, which my song is actually still on there. And Trance Vibes, I got added on it randomly. There's playlists, like, I think I use playlister.club. I don't know if this is true. This is my theory that the curators for some of these playlists, they know they can target people that are trying to get the music out, and they'll just, if they like your song, they'll probably add it. Of course they have to like your song, I assume. They're not gonna put on crap, but they'll add it, and then all of a sudden you'll see, wow, I got added by this artist, and I'm getting it shit ton of streams. And then you look where the locations are, and it's Helsinki, Finland, and all the major cities in the United States. So Frankfurt, disappointing. But Trance Vibes added me, and got that 500 streams, and in one day. The other song I just remembered, I think it was my song Melatonin, which is interesting. It's been targeted a couple times. I'll show you 12, yeah. So you know I am being legit. Right here. This one was in June. June 11th, 957 streams. 847. It kept it on for 2 days, I remember. 847. Bam. And went back to its normal 50, 20, 40, 60 day, 70, and so on. I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I thought it was a great idea to email them. So I emailed them from my label that I have, Raw Doggy Records. I hit them up. I just told them, thank you for adding my song. I would like to submit another song to you guys. They got back to me and said, thank you for reaching out. I could place your song for a small fee, $50 for 1 month placement. Let me know if it sounds good to you, since I think it's a fair offer. According to some artists who get placed before, they get around 800 to 1,400 streams per day. and the song fits quite lovely. Thank you, Luca. And I responded, thank you for the email. I'm interested, but I was just wondering where in the world, top countries, are your listeners coming from? They never responded. So I just wanted to highlight this. This was another playlist, disco music, and it actually added my song Melatonin. And Melatonin was one of the first songs I released when I really started getting into the music, serious into the music game and promotion and marketing and just finding out different ways. And I ran playlist promotion with that song. Eventually, this playlist added me on their playlist, and it was literally on for maybe 5 or 6 months. And I'd always get streams up and down. But I noticed in Spotify for artists, it would go away. It would just disappear. Like there was no stats for it. And then it come back. And as I see it now, it's back. It was when I first got in the game, so I have no idea where those streams are coming from. But now when I look back, it was fake bots. And maybe they have, out of this 40,000 likes, they have some people that really listen to this playlist, but maybe it's just fake. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to get that buck, that $50 change, that dollar bill, but maybe not, you know? And it's interesting how it's called disco music when there's not really any disco music on this playlist. Again, trance vibes. All these, what I notice too, a lot of them will just say 4 submissions in the email. Very similar, 4 submissions in the email. Go to their website for submissions, which you would submit through the website. They're all very similar. So here are 3 playlists to look out for you. They may target you. And if you are on one, know that it's not legit. But if you're into that and you want to get streams, be my guest. Those are 3 playlists that you could get streams from. And we'll end it as that. But I'll go into my music real quick just to show you disco music does not come up. We go into playlists. I'm gonna search for disco music. It's nowhere to even be found in my database, which is so bizarre. So that is all that. And finally, guys, I wanted to talk about social media. This is my experience. I was new to the game. Like I said, when I released Melatonin, I didn't know what to do. But before I released it, there was an artist that hit me up on social media saying, you release music, you make music. I'm like, yeah. So I sent him what music I had. I had a lot of music privately then that I haven't released. And he listened to it. He got back to me right away. And he said, I could help you out. I have connections with big playlists. They run for big artists. We do budgets from $500 all the way up to $20,000 with big labels. We work with artists. And I was like, wow. We actually ended up doing few Zoom calls. He popped up on his artist for Spotify and showed me everything. He shared it with me and showed how his analytics, his metrics were, and showed how his numbers were. I was sold. I was like, well, I'm going to get, so and so amount of streams. And so I went with it, paid the $500, and I watched my streams go up. I did it. I started getting the streams and I noticed it, and it ran for like 7-8 weeks, and I got quite a bit of streams, like over 20,000 streams. But what I did not know, I just thought it was legit. I thought this was amazing. A lot of them were for Germany. I actually remember that Frankfurt was one of the cities, Hamburg, mostly just German playlists. And when I think back to when I lost these followers, most recent, and I'll show you, I'm going to hop back on here and I'll show you my follower drop. This is my follower drop in the last 28 days. I wish I made this video a little bit earlier, but again, the annoyance was building up over time. So I had 930 some followers. A few days before this, before October 12th, I dropped down to 905. That was the first time. And then here And if I go up, I lost a couple right here, like 7. And then right here was the big jump, 10,066, 2027. And my theory to losing these followers was, when I thought about it, I referred another artist friend to use his playlist, and he's used them many times. And every time I lost followers, I looked on his follower rate and I noticed he dropped substantially. Every time I dropped, he dropped as well. And that's how I configured it. And I think about it now, because I never paid for any service that offered that, I'll give followers or streams. This was the case. And also, another thing I looked at was my royalties. Keep an eye on your royalties when they come out. The royalties I used for his playlist, this person's playlist, I'm not going to reveal the artist's name. The artist is actually does pretty well. I mean, if you look on his catalog, who knows if it's real or not, but he has songs that have streamed over 1 million streams. So that, when you see that, you're more likely to believe in someone like that, especially if they're seem like they're being kind, and, you do many Zoom calls or whatever. But what I noticed in the royalties from these songs, I used four songs with this when I first started out. It showed the royalties not making anything. They're less than the average. Like, I had one song that streamed 15,000. I had literally 5 pounds, or like 2 pounds, 3 pounds of royalties for that 15,000. So, and then the other songs as well, they just didn't add up properly and correctly. So that was another clue that, okay, whatever this person was offering is shady. I was new into the game and I didn't know what to do. So that was pretty much the first few months of my experience into this music world of trying to get the music heard. And what I'm trying to do is just highlight that, just be aware. Be aware of these playlists that use bots. I mean, unless you don't care, then don't worry about it. Or someone you pay for a service that you trust that is going to be nice to you, and then turns out later these are not legitimate and you're not getting paid the right amount of royalties for it. It's shit. Don't do it. So, but again, I'm not going to use the artist's name, and you got to look out for the scam artists on social media. Also, real quick, made me think of it. The year before I did all this, when I was getting prepared to do this, I ended up paying a PR company, in which I won't mention their name either. But I paid $4,000. $4,000 that, they said they could do this and this and that for me. We'll help you out. We'll get you gigs. We'll get your music heard. We'll get it on music labels and so on. I fell for it. And just be aware. Ask questions. And I did all that. But ultimately, that's why I'm making this video. I'm making this video so that you won't have to be annoyed like I was, or have the same experience I did, and maybe you'll think twice before making a decision that possibly be a waste of money. Ultimately, I want you to save your money and use it toward proper marketing and getting your music heard the right way and building your audience organically. So that's all I have to say. Again, let me be annoyed for all y'all in the future, and I hope that you found this video valuable, informative. Please leave something in the comments below if you think so, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching once again. I am no longer annoyed. I got that off my chest. That was like a therapy. So please hit the subscribe button, like, whatever, or watch these 2 videos that I'm going to post somewhere around here. Thank you guys for watching.